Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Abdul Hafiz, and today in this video I'm going to show you how can we implement the liquid glass by Apple. I think everyone saw the WWDC by Apple, and as we can see they implemented a very new thing, and it's like a glass effect on their own components. So now we can see other components as well. Look here. And to be honest, it looks incredible and it's super great. So I think now we could implement such a thing in Figma. So yeah, let's start. So first of all, I'm just going to bring any picture from Unsplash. Any type of pic that we can use as like a background reference. Let us wait. Let's go with I think let's go with this one. I think this one looks cool. Okay. And now I can just use it as like a reference. Cool. So first of all, we need to do like a frame. Okay. So we need like a frame to do. Let's do something like this. Cool. And I'll just give it 5% white. So now let me show you what do I mean by here. So I think you cannot see it because 5% is not that much, but you know, let's now complete. So now let's also add like 44 border radius. We can add like any type of border radius, but I think 44 is incredible. Like 55, I think 55, or like 50 maybe. Or let's go with full, the same way Apple does, because why not? It looks great. Cool, so now we're just going to go with like 500 maybe. Cool. And let's stick with 5% white. If we actually look at Apple's design, we have like a border, and this border, it's not like just a fixed color, it's like a gradient color, and we will be adding this right here. So let me just go down here and add like a stroke, and let's make this stroke white. Cool. Or no, before this, why don't we just add the effect first, the glass effect, and then we do this. So to add the glass effect in Figma, in our frame, you know what, let me just do the beige like darker, and do this here. Cool. We should add a rectangle in our frame. So in our frame, we're just going to make a very big rectangle and make it in the middle. Cool. And this, okay, you know what, let me just make this a little bit smaller and do this and this. Cool. And this rectangle, we're just going to add a few effects to it. First of all, 10% of white color. Second of all, we need something called texture in the effects. So we can go to something called texture and add the size of 100 and the radius of 5. Cool. We also need a background blur and background blur uniform. I think we can go with 8. Yeah, because I have my own notes. And this, guess what, will create us the glass effect. I hope you guys now see it. Look, because of the texture and the background blur, we have this glass effect the same way Apple has it right here. You can of course mess around with it, but for now let's just stick with this. Now the problem is with this that we don't have the border that will distinguish this from others. And also I think we can just make it 10% here, the frame, alongside the rectangle, so it's like 20% overall. Cool. Now what else we have to do is play with the frame and add, you know, the stroke. So the stroke is going to be, I think, white. Cool. Let's go with 1, And this time we need to make it a gradient and an angular one. And now we're just going to make things like these corners, like those corners, like the like this corner with this corner will be white and those will be less whiter. So now let us demonstrate this. What about that? So now let me remove everything here and make this one white color with a 20 and 80%. And I will just put this here. No, sorry, not this one. This color, just put it here in this corner. And I will add another one. It's going to be also 80 and just put it here. Cool. Now another one. This one will be 20 in color. Put it here. Another one of this 20. And I will just put it in the opposite side, like this. Maybe something like this. Cool. So now we have like this effect, as you can see. So now let me show you. Simply we can drag this down. Like we have this now shiny effect of the border. I think now also we can make the border much more maybe bigger, like thicker. 2, I think 2 is a lot. Maybe 1.5. Yep, 1.5 is just very great so far. Okay, so now we can see the effect is actually super cool in Figma. Maybe it's not like the same as Apple's one, but looks great. I think also we can make the background blur instead of 8 go to 10, or much more cleaner now. Cool. Now what else we should add? We should add an inner shadow for the frame itself, and I will explain this why in a second. So let's go to effects, inner shadow 0, 0, and white of 10%, blur of 3, spread of 1. It's not that noticeable, to be honest, but to be honest, it makes a lot of difference when we actually deal, like, see there's like a little bit of white which looks super great and gives it like this apple thing on the side. Now the last thing we have to add is, I think if you notice, we have this like specific light break on the borders, and this is actually pretty cool. It gives you that real effect of the glass. And to do this, it's pretty simple. In the same rectangle that we, like in the same frame, we're just going to add another rectangle in it. See, the same size, not size, more like this, and I will add the same border radius, 500, and I'll remove the fill, and I will zoom in and make sure that I bypass this pixel right here. And you know what, I think that's why we will just get back to the big frame, or the big, yeah, and we'll stick back with 1. Yep, I will, because now this rectangle that I just created, I want to make sure that it's like this. Look, it's 1, and that's what we need. So I will just, it will be here, I will just bypass it to here. The same thing with all the sides. We can now go here to the top, do this, down, do this, and lastly here, and let's do this. Cool. So now we made this transparent rectangular, as we can see, but now we can add a stroke to it from the inside. And now you will tell me, why did we do this shift? Because if I didn't do the shift, the border will have what the color of the border inside of it, which is this one, which I don't want to. Okay, cool. Now let's complete. So now I'll just stick this one, I'll just give it a border of 2 with 1% of color. Or we can remove, we will like stick with 1% because we want to have this 2 pixels thick. And lastly, I'll just add an effect, and this effect will be background blur of 5. And now I hope you guys can see this line that gives you the feeling that this is glass. Look. Yes, Figma is now dying from this effect, and my PC as well, but at least it's working. Okay guys, now we just created the thing in Figma, and now we can actually test it out by, let me just add this darker gray color and put it above here, and look, it's super cool. It looks exactly like Apple's one that has, it has like the glass thing effect, etc. It's just super great. Now we can just add like one behind these, and let's just make it red. And now we can see the difference, the glass effect. Sorry, not this one, the whole frame. And it looks super convenient and super good. So yeah guys, thanks for watching. This is how can we make a glass in our Figma. So yeah, thanks for watching.